Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside a rob and cheat, and not first and for make up what I seen to. Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man throw and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta and sell out, I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the Friday. You might throw and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, man, throw and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
Stevie day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep, and some informer friend we lovely. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good morning. It is Easter Monday. Prince Charles, good morning to you. If you want to throw your hat in the ring, I mean, we really wouldn't mind. Good riddance this morning. The head of the pedophile organization, the Pope of the Vatican. Yes, the devil has gone. One more devil. Do you feel fancy, Prince Charles? Prince Charles, do you feel fanciful this morning? Do you want to take a kick off the bucket as well? I mean, we could have a lot of state funeral all around. Andrew, do you? Spare Donald Trump, though. He's doing a very good job at destroying the dragon America that a lot of us people like me is waiting for the downfall of America. Go on, Donald. You are doing well. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning and welcome. One less pedophile in the world to consider this morning, isn't it? Just ask Prince Charles, when will you take the jump, sir? I mean, you don't want to stagger around here irritating us like your mother did. So go on, man, and I irritate with Barbara Simpson, Sharon Bernard. Good morning, RJ. Don't expect me to be sympathetic to Wicked. If you think, oh, Wayne is harsh, so what? I'm not sympathetic to Wicked, all right? Evan Riley, Beverly. Good morning, Beat and Teach. Honodo. Good morning, and welcome. Thank you all for joining us this morning. They say it is Easter Monday, but the Pope kind of do it back way. I thought he would have died on Friday, Pope, and then raised yesterday or so on. You kind of do it back way. Never mind. On our back way, people. Master Essa, good morning. Good morning and welcome. Thank you all for joining us this morning. Judy Roberts, good morning. Keith Matthews, good morning. You know, just before I came on air, I started to have a headache. Don't know why, but it's just one of them. Rosemary Samuels, Joan Bailey, Marcia Essie, good morning. Arlene Scott, good morning. Chelsea Clinton, Perspective Park, good morning. Abina Sarkodi, good morning to you all. Colin, good morning. Monica Hawthorne, good morning, and welcome. Brenda Elson, Cousin Myrna, good morning. How you do? Who else is here? Opal's Kitchen, good morning. How are you? Opal's Kitchen, Missy, I do steam. No steam. Escovitch, Sinapa. Carlton Jackson, good morning. Good morning, Renice Nicholson. Good morning, Daphne Jackson. TM Rose, good morning. Good morning, Wayne Evans. Michael Nepper, good morning. Sterling Foster, good morning. Isn't it great that the Pope has died? I mean, he was the head of the pedophile organization, you know. I wonder which one I got to take over from him. TikTok, good morning. Stacy and Debian, Frankie, Claudette, Lovan, Beaton Teach, Fitzroy, Chisel, Blake, good morning, good morning. I have no sympathy for wickeds, so that's just me. Wicked like those in the Vatican, those in the palace, those in the presidential and prime ministerial houses. Oh no, we should rejoice when they die. Come on. Were you in England when Margaret Thatcher died? It was a street party. We paraded and gyrated in the street and burned effigy of a criminal and a corrupt, wicked politician. We should celebrate. Lisa, good morning. We ought to be celebrated. And fret about the demons will come. But what are we going to talk about this morning? Put the morons aside. Put the moron aside this morning. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the IC. I'm going to look at a Dan Jackson Miller clip a bit later on. But on a general level, I'm not going to speak from the legislation this morning. In particular, I'm going to speak from my head in the issue where you say, Wayne Evans, leave Daddy Francis alone. No, sir. Any one of them you see up in the church, up in the parliaments, up in the presidential and prime ministerial houses, me glad when them dead because of one less wicked, me not tell lie. Georgette Brown, good morning. But from the issue with the 119 arrest and charge of the malicious communication clause in the Cybercrime Act, it's not just him that's been arrested and charged. Kippridge has, and you know that young lady who sent that threatening video out after the killing of Thickman was being arrested under the Malicious Communication Act. However, while we're looking at what's him call him 119, is when we became aware that it's a tangled, slippery defamation slope. And I'll explain what I mean by that. Now, with defamation, person can go after you if you put things out there against them rather being broadcast like I'm doing now or in a written form. They can sue you for either libel or slander. There's a defense to that, which is truth. Now, with the Cybercrime Act, people can still go after you for what they would have originally gone after you for defamation. The broad scope of the Cybercrime Act under Section 9 and with what's in the interpretation statute of Section 2 is broad and muddy because people will no longer have to go after you for defamation, whether it's true or not. They can really use the Cybercrime Act against you under the Malicious Communication Clause. What the Cybercrime Act does, you see, unlike defamation, where truth is a defense, truth is not a defense under the Cybercrime Act. What is more in contention is deciding whether your intention was to cause harm under the Cybercrime Act to the person you put the information out regarding or broader. That is the contention there. But more and more, the use of this act become public knowledge. I'm Labour and PMP. This is not a Labour problem. This is a Labour and PMP problem. And the two of them using this act to stitch us up. This is not an Andrew Holness problem where we must criticize Andrew Holness on and look the other way from the PNP. Bruce Golden started it. The PNP turned it up a notch. You understand? So both of them set us up with this Cybercrime Act. What this Cybercrime Act does, it tips over into freedom of speech. Because anybody you criticize or so on can use that act against you. So where people usually used to have to go after you for defamation, and if you can prove that the story is true, then that's a defense. With the Cybercrime Act, all of that is thrown out of the window. It's about whether your intention was to cause harm or not. The scope, though, I don't want anyone to get it twisted that I'm saying that there shouldn't be laws to protect people in the social space. There ought to be. The issue with the defamation, with the Cybercrime Act under Section 9, it is way too broad. What that does do is give anybody who we should legitimately criticize with truth and facts, such as government, can order or arrest because them don't like what we say. Basically, the broad scope of the act, people can report it to the police because them don't like what you say. Whereas before the act, it was an issue in most of those that people have to sue you. The defamation aspect that has been thrown and muddled into Section 9, I think the PNP need to be honest about it and review it, because the PNP, not just Labour, help, and believe you me, the PNP did more to clamp with fundamental rights with this act, because when they reviewed it in 2015, Uno add a lot of things to it. Of course, Andrew them add more to it, but Uno PNP is to be held responsible for this attack on freedom of speech. PNP, Mark Golden and your team, Uno are the one who attack our freedom of speech. So when Uno come in at power, Mark Golden, Uno need to review Section 9, because Section 9 too broad. Section 9 tip over into a freedom of speech, and rather than people sue with a defamation, them can use the act malicious communication against us. Which malicious communication, truth is not an issue. It don't see truth as a concern. And that's where it becomes very, very muddy for me, because more and more this become public. And as I said to you all from the other day, when the Prime Minister was doing all these in COVID, said wicked Steve McGregor go out, people pick me from under bed and put them on camera. The Prime Minister was using the Cybercrime Act against us. But more and more, the Cybercrime Act is being used. We are made to realize the danger to our free speech. Because we now can't say nothing little more from this, More and more politicians and the do-the-fetics of Jamaica find out, say, they can go report it to police rather than go sue where getting lawyer if they come right where and say cease and desist. It is dangerous. Now, 119 is challenging this in the Constitutional Court. What I would advise all of you vloggers in Jamaica to do, join this lawsuit as an interested party. Join this lawsuit as an interested party. Sim, how you do, missus? Join this lawsuit as an interested party, because it is too broad, it is too confusing, and it have every potential for political victimization of those of us in the media space by both parties, because the PNP no have a lot to do with freedom of speech or no attack. Uno PNP was the one who went further in 2015 to attack our freedom of speech. We never pay attention to no then. We pay attention to no now. Mark Golden with freedom of speech. Uno so no one power. Mark Golden. With freedom of speech, Isaac Buchanan. With the Minister of Justice equivalent name now, Scott Motley. With freedom of speech. On a bloody wicked, you still not stay silent? Because uno wicked PNP, no say, uno attack with freedoms. And now, on a silent, like it's between we and the government, and you not get blamed for this clot, yeah? Uno no say a fair and square round yaso PNP. And you not get blamed yaso. This is not solely Andrew's problem. Oh no, give Andrew that law to use against us. Yes, PNP. Oh no, turn up the notch, pan we. And say, make we clamp them down. If them talk about we and we can't sue them, make we turn on the police pan them PNP. Isn't that what we do? I want to say when I come back for power, you know. And while now we are fine out, say, our fundamental rights are at risk by this act, PNP, we want to hear from you all. We want to hear, Mark Golden, will there be an urgent review of this? Because there's meant to be review to see if it's really a work. But Mark Golden, you have whole heap of educated lawyers over there. You yourself, Mark Golden, is a Tapanaris lawyer. How you don't see the champ pan with freedom of speech? How is it that you're not seeing that, Mark Golden? How is it, Mark Golden, you sit down there in 2015 and take away with freedom of speech because we not pay attention? Open a broadgate for anybody go complain to it for legitimate criticism. Mark Golden. Wicked Mark Golden. Because you were in parliament then, you know. You, Mark Golden. You, Philip Palwell, Dana Scott Motley, and Holy Pauno. You were there then. And sat quietly and gave away our rights. Take away our rights, PMP. And say, you know what? We're going to gag them. Social media become too popular. Their voices are becoming too popular. Let's gag them. If them publish the truth about us, if them publish the truth about us, let's gag them. For the purpose of, if you're just coming Jamaican in progress, what rights you're asking? Freedom of speech and expression. That's the right that the JLP and the PNP gag. But the PNP was the one who turned up the notch in 2015 when they reviewed the Cybercrime Act. Because a lot of what was implemented in 2010 never did it. And when they turned up the notch in 2015, the PNP trampled upon with fundamental rights. With right to freedom of speech and expression. With them right and act as broad enough to make anybody will criticize legitimately, because truth is thrown out of the window in the Cybercrime Act, whereas in the Defamation Act, truth is a defense. Stop telling lies. None of my moderator no there to step down that pussy, because you see when I talk about something of concern to Jamaican, me don't like certain pussy hole come round here and I come talk about lies. What lies am I here telling? What lies am I here telling? We can't blame the police for use the Cybercrime Act. This is not how. Let me tell you how we go. Because I don't me like to teach. The Cybercrime Act was implemented by Parliament. The police have to carry out the act. It's an act by Parliament where the police must carry out. Go shove your head under your mama pussy hole. This is an act that the police must carry out. The police cannot refuse to carry out the Defamation Act. It's an act of Parliament. The confusion, though, it is too broad for untrained mind to apply, because it's even confusing for some of us in the legal circle. Never mind police will only understand left and right. Give me a thing. Give me a thing. Them only understand left and right. Give me a thing. In our society where we can pay our police to go arrest people, where our police is corrupt to the T. Pauline Dixon, when I'm speaking about truth, it's not about politics. It's not about politics, and we must get away from cloaking up. So when we see a politician them fucked up, we protect them because we die hard to them. It's not about have mercy on PNP today. It's about calling out PNP for the attack against us. And not because we want to get rid of Andrew means that we don't call out PNP or we don't attack PNP over our rights. A PNP tramp upon our rights. A PNP tramp upon our rights, and a them we attack to, because a them are go form the next government. So we know if we turn a blind eye and go on like an Angelo and a monster in this country. I have never agreed to this and will never agree. Andrew is a monster. He's no more a monster than the rest of them. Because we weren't paying attention when PNP opened the floodgate for anybody to sue us for the truth. PNP did that. Open the floodgate for people to sue us for the truth. That's what the Cybercrime Act does. That is dangerous. It a go tell all of we say we can't talk. When we talk the truth about the same PNP politician, then when them come in, and them a go arrest with some, I go talk from now. Because it won't be an easy ride. Don't think an easy ride is been set up here for Mount Golden. They're going to face more fire than Andrew Holness. They're going to face more fire than Andrew Holness, because more and more we are becoming awakened. So the PNP, if you come talk to we about the Cybercrime Act and we rights with them take with, where anybody can now sue we because them not like what we, not sue we, sorry. Anybody can go report we to the police for what we say on social media. This is dangerous, Jamaica. This is dangerous. Because first time, if a defamation, and if we can't provide the truth, then them put us a fine pound with. Now, more and more people, especially those who you publish the truth about, which is embarrassing, because this is what the Cybercrime Act does. People can be embarrassed by some truth that you put out, especially our politicians who are heavily entrenched in gangsterism and corruption. These information that people like those don't want to surface to the public. And when we publish truth like that, them can go after us under the Cybercrime Act. Because they can't come after us for defamation. Because they're thrown out of the window with truth. They are thrown out of the window with truth. Now, you better not say Andrew thief and the rest of them, but Andrew no wicked and them. The whole of them are wicked. The whole of them are wicked because when certain legislation I go on in a parliament, even if the PNP no agree and not have the number, them not come out, come educate the public to what is happening. Labour in an opposition 2015, when Section 9, nobody never come talk to about it. Because naturally we never focus so much then time. The deep focus really started when them lock us down. The deep focus started when they locked us down. Now, this is not a defense of 119, because some of the things he said about that young lady really cross the defamation line, probably into the criminal line. I don't think, though, the malicious communication clause is the area for that. Maybe we need to look at some other legislation or need to implement some other legislation. But when it comes to breaking down the principle of the civil law or overriding civil law defamation to implement a broad scope of blurredness, so that if I don't get you on defamation, I'll get you at the criminal level because I'm embarrassed. What that does, it allows people who you publish the truth against that feels embarrassed. Them can't sue you under the Defamation Act because it is true. Fuck you and your embarrassment. Wash your face. Maybe the embarrassment will wash off. But then, I can report him to the police. And especially if I can pay a corrupt police, I may even get him to be arrested for a long while. You see how that steps on or right, at least three of them, your free speech, your free expression, and your freedom of liberty. As in the case of the young woman, even though that would go into the criminal line. That's why I said Section 9 needs to be reviewed. There is, let me say this, and this is God's truth. There is a reason for Section 9. It's not the whole of Section 9 is my problem. It's how it is written. Because in the... I'm live. I'll call you back when I'm done. I hate answering calls, but I lose my train of thought, but I will get back to it. With Section 9, you have three rights that are being trampled on here: freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and when it gets to the point where police arrest you, then freedom of liberty. You understand how conflicting this piece of legislation is. Yes, let me get back to my thought. It's not that I do not agree with Section 9. It is too broad and too confusing. Now, in respect to the young lady from St. Catherine who was arrested after the killing of Thickman, there are reasons to have protection from people like her in a scenario like the Thickman Galangin, where you can influence people to do things. There's a reason for those laws in the social space to prevent people from inciting attack, inciting violence, and all of that. These are the things that I expect Section 9 to deal with. But when Section 9 veers over into defamation, That is the danger. Because that go off to attack your right to speak freely under the law. And what it also does, it allows one to go after you for the truth. The truth, which is a defense under civil law, it matters not under the criminal law of Section 9 of the Cybercrime Act. And I hate you, don't want me to talk to PNP about. A PNP responsible for Section 9, you know. So maybe you don't want to ask or no leader them when they come around on the campaign. We are confused by Section 9 of the Cybercrime Act. Do you plan to do a review of the workings of the Cybercrime Act when you come to government? Why shouldn't you be asking the PNP that? When the PNP them come in to put them turn wicked pan we like Andrew. A whole heap of PNP voted for Andrew, you know. And he turn wicked pan, you know. What if them decide to turn wicked pan we after we give them power? You all are projecting to give them 42 seats. When I project to give them 42 seats, you know. What if them turn wicked pan we? Because Andrew never come wicked. Or just like how we turn a blind eye to Andrew wickedness, then we're doing the same thing to PNP now. So what if PNP turn wicked pan we? We go to the same old cas what we go to with Andrew Holness. Me not join up nothing with nobody to hold one side to account and to favor one side. Me not do it. Me will never do it. And me not have no intention to start do it. Me don't have no intention to start do it. For the reason that when it all, hold on, now me do have I done the wrong? Oh. For the reason when it all fall down pan all away, PNP and Labour was shake it up for we at the top. Them not feel nothing. And we poor people down here feel it. The law what the police enforce against we were them creating a parliament. It don't enforce against them. Because what Andrew can get away with at the moment with the Integrity Commission, the common man couldn't get away with it with the police. So me now walk and protect no politician, now no political party. None of them. The PNP must be answerable for what they've done to us. And if the PNP are given a chance after the next government, they must correct their mistakes. So what we're going to do? Live in a hit. Then, so why don't you complain when Andrew Holness use the same law, the same Section 9 created by the PNP? When Andrew use it for jaw with an underbed, why do whole on the work and cuss Andrew? A PNP created it. PNP gave that to Andrew to use against us. So why the whole way go walk and go on like Andrew wanna dictate amongst us? Andrew used what he was given. Andrew used what he was given. The Cybercrime Act was there to use against us, and Andrew Holness, the narcissistic dictator, deployed it against us. Didn't they? The PNP created and Andrew deployed it against it. Two of them are wicked. Because when the PNP put it on the books, them know it was going to use against us at some point. So when Andrew use against we can walk and tear down Andrew for use something where the PNP asks Andrew for use against we. Me not go turn a political bias around here. The truth is the truth, and that's why Jamaica now move forward. Because we sit down and PNP back up for PNP nonsense, Labour back up for Labour nonsense, and the country in the middle of it, pop down and tear apart. Mark Golden them need to speak to it. Me no hug up no government no employ me. Me not make no money out of vlogging. Me not make no money out of politics, so me not have to talk for please nobody about here. If me did inner this for money, me would have pack up and gone, because me not make nothing out of it. So that's why when me open my mouth, when me open my mouth, me not go remember say, oh, but me donors, oh, but me support. No! Go on if you don't like the truth. It's the truth. I know Labour one mash up the country. I know PNP one mash up the country. The two of them mash up the country. And we one feel the effects of the mash up of the country. So please, nobody, don't try to steer me down a political line where I protect Mark Golden or I protect Andrew Holness. I'm never going to do that. You see, if me I go in that space here, yeah, and me I go run political narrative based on the political party, listen, coming like law practice on them something they are, even though me I think about go look and work with the government. But me we comfortable go all a mapping a person. People who don't know, regardless of my qualification, my favorite job is cleaning job. Why do I like doing cleaning job in the system? Nobody no fuck around you. Everybody stomp past your work because you are the least amongst mankind at work when you are the cleaner. Nobody no see you. That's why I love cleaning job. Because I do my job well, so them now go complain, say me not do the job well. Them now go complain, say me not do the job well. But if they have me there sit down on computer, speak, spank, and I take up, somebody may complain. Somebody might complain. Me is not here to look after politicians. A shame some of we don't have when we look upon these rich people, them where we are protect. And them keep getting rich. And every day them come fool with. Jamaica people make me tell you something. Me not like no politician. Me not like no pastor. And me don't like lawyers. Politicians, pastors, and lawyers. Me don't like them. It's just a part of me. Maybe because I understand the system they all work in and how some of them wicked with the system and the power within the system that given. Me don't like them. I mean, now I go like politicians, pastors, and lawyers. I just don't. Because they're wicked. They've got a track record of it. Why not think, no matter how well a lawyer is doing out there, they always try to get a seat in parliament? You think it's because lawyers are some of the top policy educated people? No. It's because from within our law school, we identify the gravy train. From we were at law school, we identified the gravy train. If you're wholly and solely materialistic, you are going to aim to the top of the gravy train. It's just reality. So no matter how you see them go train as lawyers and doctors, they're not comfortable there. A lot of them are not. They want to go into the most powerful position. So me know the ear for hug up and caress politician and political party. And some of we Jamaicans to wake up and look on the road, the pothole. Me no pothole will exist from me a little picking about 5-year-old, and that pothole would have existed before me born. And me see that same pothole in a December when Lasanique a drive through my community go do one week. That same 50-year-old pothole is there. And what come tell me say, me fi die hardly support this or that. When you don't see so then come back with bun fi go now again. Hungry belly Jamaicans. The pothole they have between Val and Miss Lena Karen, when I tell them say exist before we born, it's still there. Why would I then, with a pothole in my community for 50 years or more? The one with the right between Tony Val and Miss Lena the Karen, that Asian pothole they were always full up of water if you piss there. Over 50 years, we know if and we are picking it. And it's still there. And you want me to come out here and back up and protect politician? I'm mad. Oh no, mad. Yes, Dwayne Hutchinson, the pothole right as you start from Springfield going into Pice Grove. I'm mad, these people mad. Labour and politician has, Labour and PNP has not done us justice in this country. Especially from Michael, from PJ Patterson, come down to Andrew Holness. Don't even talk about Siaga because him never really do much. Do little but not much. Do little but not much. Wolfpack me tend to disagree with you. The two of them bad, but the track record of the JLP is better than the PNP. You just got to look at the history. I'm not here to take up none of them. The two of them are wicked. Remember, it was the same wicked thief in PJ. We fix up all Jamaican prime minister and say we're going to have salary for life, drunk crow, and you still come back in with business same way when you say Andrew mash it up. And you teach Andrew to mash up with continue PJ Patterson. A Spice Grove, you come from. Not Spice Grove, I'm from Parity, but me live at the lane mouth. The lane mouth of Spice Grove, right out of Springfield there, so. Them two houses where you turn into Spice Grove, my mother house is the one on the right. So, though, sit down and think to say, me, them shan have to fix it, bro. All right, there. Yes, right in front of them shan, right after them shan, spot a land there, so. So you said them, what them shan fix it with? If I'm all them shan fix it with, it go back to the same galangin. Them shan would have to would have to cement it. He would have to cement it for the same. I can remember say every time rain fall, that very situation come back again. So if he don't fix it with concrete, it's going to be the same as rainfall again. So, me now come out here, come back up for need a PNP now Labour. Everybody knows that we want to get rid of Andrew Holness. Everybody will listen to it. No say the whole of we fall out of love with Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party. All if you don't fall out of love with the Jamaica Labour Party, you have fallen out of love with Andrew Holness and Andrew Holness's direction. That though does not say that the PNP have a free range to avoid scrutiny for their fair share of corruption. One years ago, so they must be held responsible. My community have not improved. It has gone backwards. My community under successive government, when I did Siaga, me talk from 1980 onwards. Under Siaga, Derek Sangster have it for 2 terms. When Michael Manley pitched them out, it turned over to Donald Buchanan under the PNP. Donald Buchanan held it until, I think Donald Buchanan held it through the PNP reigns. And then it went back to Chris Tufton in 2007, I believe. Dan Campbell, how you do? It went back to the People's National Party, because as I've always said to you, St. Elizabeth Southwest is a swing seat. And I would like that seat to be tallied early in the next general election, because wherever Southwest St. Elizabeth goes in the general election, the country tends to go into that direction. So that's one to watch for the upcoming general election. But whether be Labour or PNP, not major not done in our community. We water under the Manley era or from the colonial era, we did have good running water in our community with standpipe. And for those who could afford pipe in their yard, does so. We do with all those lovely houses in our community. Because I'm telling you, our community is a residential built-up community with nice, decent houses, where community is not ghettoized. Our community, though, is ghettoized by Black Tank. Because you see, we went from running water, good running water with quite much a standpipe, we did okay in the community, to when we would have expected it to have running water in our kitchen and bathroom, we have jumped over that whole period and go to Black Tank. Because we have a Kasi River in our community. And Dr. Tufton take out that pump. And from Prinkhead mash up, we underwater famine in our community where we have a river. In our community where Black River is 5 miles walk from we. And a Labour one do that. A both Labour and PNP. Them come a party come fix road 2 weeks ago from Manawar to Sister Nama. So listen. Karen, don't tell blood clot lie. Are you saying they fix from half an Manawar to half an Nama, which is about 200 meters? From Manawar to half an Nama is 200 meters. The same distance where Bolt would have run. It's not 400 meters, though. For Jesus Christ. My peeps, which part my brother just say, then come fix where there. It's from one, because our sister, which is called Nama, she and Manawar align. So if they fix from half a Manawar to half a Nama, they couldn't have fixed more than 200 meters. A dirty chicken chest flight green. Karen, Get somebody good on there or get a video of down there for me because I'm going to contact Flight Green. What it mean? Even though Flight Green and I are somebody where when me contact Flight Green, him used to respond but for me the partner jar. Flight Green bets with me. Not even if me say morning, Mr. Green. First time he would have said, morning, Sir Forbes. All them something they cut off. Flight Green don't want to talk anymore. Same thing in Allington. So you see, when I say a same thing they do. Rona Allington as well. But them know you fly down Andrew Bospa, Allington and Catabon water project where they start from Black River to Cheddar-Beat and rum. Prime Minister, you fucking holy mouth, sir. This is the problem with this government. Them think to say, all of we are box food. All of we hungry. That's why Mr. Mark Golding and the PNP to make voting mandatory in our country. Then if we still want to go vote for box food when we know so and politician now go pay on the box food when politician knows that the law say if you don't vote you go to prison or you go pay a fine. You think the politicians are spending money by box food, Gail? We must mandate it to vote to make sure that everybody from the age of 18 to even those on walking stick go to polling station election day. Because the fact that our people can sit down, Alex Wagwan bro, welcome. The fact that our people can sit down and decide that I'm not going to vote for free because politicians ain't doing much for me. I'm going to sell my vote to politicians. You understand the danger to our democracy. It is why we have ended up with the Prime Minister with 49 seats in Parliament and a 21% of the 38 or 9% of the 100% eligible voters that turn out to the poll. The Prime Minister got an undemocratic majority and is wielding his power over us because 60 to 70% of us Jamaicans are disengaged and disenfranchised. Participatory democracy, if we don't want to do it willfully, this is where I think we should go dictatorial. If we don't vote, we go to prison. I support that. Because the buying of our votes by politicians is criminal. So if we don't vote, make it a crime, Mark Golden. Make it a crime if we do not vote. Because we already have commit crime against we want to buy the vote from we want to come on and set up the fireside at a shop place there and open the bar and make people come eat. Lord, as I talk about that. Drunk crow. And what his name? James. What did the hold on there? I'm going to ask this man something. Mr. James. You know James with him and Marlon Wilson at the Big Girl Blows fight? Mr. Dwan Flyer I go on with James. And what I would want to know from James, I lie them a tell upon you, or are you and your supporters them make the fire there? Because I find it disrespectful to the labor rights, James. One thing because me don't like Andrew, may I go back up for every fucker with PNP though. James Fellowship Division, all hungry belly labor rights. All Marlon Wilson supporters, come out and eat food 5 p.m. with me. Browns Yard Friendship. Dr. Garfield James, PMP candidate for the People's National Party. Is that something that someone has put out? Is this coming from Marlon Wilson team to flaw Garfield James? Or Would this be from Garfield James and his team? And if this is from Garfield James, this is woefully petty and petty, Mr. James. But I'm not aware of Mr. James addressing this flyer when put out in a public domain or were put out in a Mr. James name in public domain. It's disrespectful because labor rights are Jamaicans, PNP are Jamaican. We in a social media land here, when them get in our war. But one of the dirty politician we are comfy with vote and are still come use food against we in a quarreling James. Dirty James. You see, say, there's not much a difference between Labour and PNP because James was a PNP. But say, oh, quick as he go back to Labour and have the Labour infection, isn't it? That's why I'm not trust none of them. Sorry, Sharon, if me shout in your ears too much. Sorry, Shana. But the problem is, sometimes you have to shout out to them people, you have to get to them. Because the minute me tackle the PNP this morning, a lot of PNP, you can see, were uptight about it. But I'm not holding a PNP fault. A PNP fault. I feel them fault. I them give away rights. I them allow Andrew to come draw with an under bed. So therefore, the PNP must address this issue. If the law now work right and there's a review to be done, then the PNP must address that issue. And now we are going to move off into, as me say, I prefer the Dean Jackson Miller on YouTube as opposed to the compromise Dean Jackson Miller of the RJR Gleaner Group. So, let us listen to how Dean make her way through the recent debacle between the IC and the Jamaica Labour Party and their easy bruise skin. Because you can't just blow upon the JLP them and them bruise, you know.
Should the integrity...
And this is why the Cybercrime Act is very dangerous with a dictatorial, crooked, wicked Andrew Holness regime. Dangerous.
Commission removed the new acting director of corruption prosecution because of a friendship with the PNP General Secretary, Dr. Dayton Campbell. Those concerns have been raised. The new chair of the Integrity Commission has responded, and because it's the first time we're hearing from her, doing a detailed look at her response. And boy, what a start. I'm Deon Jackson Miller. Thanks so much for joining me. Time for tea. The Integrity Commission appointed experienced prosecutor Ranif Lawrence as acting director of corruption prosecution after Keisha Prince Kamika left. The governing Jamaica Labour Party has taken issue with the appointment because of this social media post by PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell. It looks like a picture taken at Mr. Lawrence's wedding, and the post says, "Over 20 years of friendship. Hail the mans of Block Eye, Chancellor Hall, congratulations." So the leader of government business in the House of Representatives, Ed Bartlett, and the leader of government business in the Senate, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, wrote to the Integrity Commission saying, "We don't like this." And the new chair of the Integrity Commission, Justice Carol Lawrence Beswick, wrote back, and she says in summary, "Wanna go with this pile of Susan here, say, won't expect me for doing this." Obviously, those weren't her words. That's my interpretation of what she said. And as I go through the letter, you can tell me if you agree with my interpretation or not, all right? So I think it's a great letter in some respects. For the most part, I do have one important issue with it, which I'll get to in a little while. I thought the tone of the letter was faultless and flawless, and I thought the new chair was courteous, but at the same time, she's clearly saying, "We not jump because you say we must jump." So let's go to the letter so you can see what I'm talking about. So she first says, I'm heartened by the fact that we share a belief in certain principles which you have embraced in your communication and which I regard as being fundamental to any interrogation by the Commission. These important principles were well expressed by you and I adopt them, namely, 1, we do not for a moment question Mr. Lawrence's professional qualifications. 2, we do not question any individual's constitutional right of association. 3, nor do we seek to interfere in the operations of the Commission. 4, justice should not only be done, but should be seen to be manifestly and demonstrably done. 5, the Integrity Commission's success depends greatly on public confidence and trust, which cannot be sustained if there is a perception of bias or other improper conduct of its affairs. 6, if fairness, professionalism, and justice are to be allowed to prevail at the Integrity Commission and to be seen to so prevail. 7, we trust that truth and justice will prevail. So you can see that what's happening here is that she's pulling from their letter. She's saying, you say you believe these things. I believe these things. And it's great that we agree. So if you play volleyball or watch volleyball, you get the sense that what is happening here is a setup.
I love Monday.com.
What's Monday.com?
You don't know Monday.com? This is Monday.com.
A spike. So the letter goes on to say, we are therefore agreed that any such interrogation would have to be conducted as fairly, impartially, and transparently as possible. Justice would no doubt have to be done, not only in the eyes of the parliamentarians, but also in the eyes of the persons against whom complaint or allegation is being made. A primary component of a carefully conducted interrogation is relevant, cogent evidence. Well, nobody can disagree with that, all right? So where's this going? She goes on. The first concern to which you refer in the communication is regarding Mr. Ranif Lawrence's appointment as Acting Director of Corruption Prosecution at the Integrity Commission and his possible permanent appointment to the post. You provide that one basis for that concern is a social media post on January 26 this year by Dr. Dayton Campbell, which is being widely circulated and describing Mr. Lawrence as his friend of over 20 years. You conclude, based on your belief in the accuracy of the social media post, that any decision taken by Mr. Lawrence in respect of members of the political fraternity will certainly be open to question. Then she says, in view of the fact that we agree that we do not question any individual's constitutional right of association, any question about his decision-making or suitability for filling that appointment must therefore be considered with that right in mind. So she's saying here, okay, you've asked for an interrogation, but we have to deal with that based on the principles that you yourself say you support. So she goes on to say, indeed, any decision taken by the Commission should be open to be questioned by the public, including political parties, as to the manner in and the basis on which the decision was taken. A complete answer should be provided as far as the Integrity Commission Act allows. No doubt, your parliamentary colleagues will recall that it was your good selves who placed certain restrictions on what can lawfully be revealed by the Commission, stating at Section 56 of the Integrity Commission Act that a person concerned in the administration of this Act shall regard and deal with as secret and confidential all information, statutory declarations, government contracts, prescribed licenses, and all other matters relating to any matter before the Commission. She says that the Commission is mindful of the fact that its decisions are open to scrutiny and thus operates under the policy that any conflicts of interest are declared, and where they exist, the employee recuses himself or herself and thereafter has nothing to do with that particular matter. So on this conflict of interest point, this is actually the main difficulty I have with the letter. I'm assuming that this is saying that Mr. Lawrence declared his association with Dr. Campbell and the Commission decided it could be handled. Am I wrong? Are we to imply that or not? And this is my problem. I think on this point, the accusation that Mr. Lawrence's appointment is problematic because of his friendship with Dr. Campbell is something that we should have had a direct response on from the Integrity Commission chair. I think there's certainly enough information here for the Commission to be able to take a position. We saw the post, there's been a complaint. Either they already know exactly what is the nature of the relationship between the two men or they can find out. But whatever decision they take needs to be explained, both to the parliamentarians who made the complaint as well as to the public. Because having said that your decisions are going to be open to scrutiny and that conflicts of interest will be declared, tell us what happened. And what you decided, it sounds like they decided it's not an issue, but if that's the case, explain your reasoning and tell us point blank what the decision was. This can't be left to inference. This is too important, too contentious, and once the politicians have got involved like this, you need to make everything crystal clear, no room for misunderstanding. But back to the letter. So she also says,
I disagree with Deanne Jackson on this point. It's not that what the Integrity Commission explained leave room for misunderstanding or misinterpretation. It's that the Jamaica Labour Party is refusing to accept the written words in the Integrity Commission Act, which says, we don't answer to you for nothing. What we do is not your business. They, Jamaica Labour Party, will not understand that. And that's why they keep asking these questions. But let me say this to the government and the Jamaica Labour Party. The government of the day, any government of the day, it is the Prime Minister that sets the moral code for the country. The Prime Minister sets the moral code for the country, not the Integrity Commission. The Integrity Commission is the corruption watchdog. It is the Prime Minister who ought to set the moral code for the country. And if the Prime Minister cannot set the moral code, then the Prime Minister cannot, should not, and will not be able to manipulate the Integrity Commission to have things his way. Beating a dead horse, Jamaica Labour Party, doesn't mean the horse is going to automatically get up, start running, and probably win a race. You're fighting a losing battle with the Integrity Commission. Like literally. You don't understand that the law gives them power, where if them foolish like me, they can tell you, fuck off with your dunceness.
Another basis for your concern about Mr. Lawrence's appointment to the post in question rests on what you describe as public record, that in late 2024, Dr. Campbell used a political platform to make particular comments about a case which, it subsequently came to public attention, was being considered for pursuit by the Integrity Commission. No doubt you will readily understand that your description above lacks sufficient details to allow me to determine of what you speak. In other words, she's saying, what you expect me to do with sus? The letter goes on. I note your next concern is about media reports which suggest that the contract of former Director of Corruption Prosecution was not renewed in the circumstance where she came under pressure to not seek renewal of her contract due to a lawful decision she made. Again, there's no reference to the particular decision that has caused your concern. See what I mean? She is saying, what you expect me to do with sus? She goes on to say the questions you wish to be interrogated are specified as being whether the former corruption prosecution director in fact came under pressure due to her lawful decision, from whence did that pressure emanate, and the extent to which that alleged pressure may have contributed to her not.
Now, when it comes to what the Integrity Commission, the government is going on, the government would have set this moral code in the country by, as leader and president of the Jamaica Labour Party, you gave a seat to your wife. You also gave the top legislative position in the country to your wife. Your wife is the Speaker of the House, and she is the chair Prime Minister for many of the communities, which does not happen under the Westminster democracy, only under the Andrew Holness democracy. If the Prime Minister can then set that moral code to employ his wife and his friend, why is the Prime Minister upset that the Integrity Commission would employ somebody who's got a friendly relationship with a member of the People's National Party? Isn't this the Prime Minister that have his wife running the legislature and have his friend Norman Brown running multiple agencies of government, as well as the Prime Minister Norman Brown, is in company together, share development together. The Prime Minister sets the moral code for the country, not the Integrity Commission. Andrew Holness, don't have it confused. Top up the screen, please, TikTok. Too much honor there if we not reach 10,000 likes. I want to go on this morning. PNP threw me a choke Mark Golden against the wall this morning, and I use it against me, and I can't go and use it against Mark Golden. I always get shown up around here. He's going to always get shown up around here. But to Andrew Holness, you set the moral code for the country. And if you can employ your wife and your friend, what do you expect, sir? Are you set the tone, you know? You set the tone for the rest of the country to follow. Only that you don't understand leadership is a major part of your problem.
Not seeking renewal in the post, despite her being widely known to be of excellent repute in the conduct of her profession to date. She says it's clear that the answers to these require the input of the former corruption prosecution director herself, whose 5-year statutory term of office with the commission has already ended. My attention has not been brought to any complaint or even comment made by her, either to the commission or to any other entity, concerning the questions you asked to be interrogated. In order for there to be a fair, impartial, and transparent interrogation, there not only needs to be the specific questions which you have in fact posed, but equally importantly, there must be specific cogent information from which the interrogation can be commenced. And again, what you expect me to do with sus? She says, I also note your deep concern about widely circulated reports in both traditional and social media which suggest that a senior investigator resigned from the commission after a statement she had submitted to the commission was excluded from a report submitted by the commission to the Parliament of Jamaica due to the intervention of an influential official at the commission. You say further that the report suggests that the formal statement submitted by the investigator had raised serious concerns about unethical practices during the conduct of a certain probe of high public interest. Here again, you suggest that this matter be the subject of inquiry by the commissioners, or should greater independence be required in the interest of justice in the particular circumstances, any other relevant agency. More particularly, you state inquiry should be made as to whether these media reports are accurate, and if so, whether the official who allegedly ensured the exclusion of the statement in question from the report to Parliament is still employed to the Commission, and indeed, whether the individual misconducted himself in public office. Unfortunately, this concern, as outlined in your communication, is bereft of sufficient details to adequately inform an inquiry. The urgent intervention which you seek for prompt and thorough interrogation of the mentioned matters can only be fairly done with cogent specific information. And by now,
payroll is often the only consistent connection to every employee.
You're supposed to can say it with me. What you expect me to do it, sus? Look, I think it's a great first statement for the most part. I think the new chair sounds open, very courteous, communicative, but I think it's also a clear signal, so you're not bully me. Having said that, I think it's also an important part of showing that you're opening and that you're listening, and not just say you're listening, that you explain your decisions with transparency, and I don't think this was done here. Because what happened next was entirely predictable, which is that the government parliamentarians then wrote right back saying, we're not satisfied. They said...
This is why I don't agree with this part of your disagreement, Dan. Because the JLP do not either willfully or dunsingly do not understand the wording of the Integrity Commission Act, nor the powers that it has given to the commission in order to carry out their job, as well as that the commission hire and fire policy belongs to the commission and the commission only. The commission is under no duty to explain anything to prying governments who are very thin-skinned and are easily bruised by a blow. Some disagree with you upon that. They don't have to entertain the government. We want to know more. I don't agree. If the government don't agree, apply for a judicial review. That's what the law says. You can only take the Integrity Commission to task by a judicial review, and they're not answerable to you, they're answerable to the courts. So we're not going to get anywhere with the JLP quest for whatever they want, because Delroy Chuck told us what it is. That the IC must be mandated to sign off the Prime Minister's stolen goods. And it's not going to happen. That's what the JLP is working for. That JLP, it's not going to happen. We're not thief. We know so not thief. We eye wide open. We soon with the long bag. Some of them want to go like the bag now in the hand. We're not thief. Our leader is a thief. Our leader cannot explain his wealth. Your leader is dodging and evading tax. Tell your leader to source, or tell your leader say, send the Metropolitan Police or MI6 come arrest me. But the Prime Minister is a thief. He cannot prove to us that he is not a thief. So when I go mad all away, over the Prime Minister knows him a thief, you know. That's why you notice him now come out, come defend himself. He know he's a thief. He accept he's a thief. Why you think the Prime Minister get uno for doing dirty work, labor rights? It soon come to an end, you know. It soon come to an end. I'm there with a dry touch. I wait for like the dry touch put between, you know. Can go fire where you can use part on, you know. Throw water pound, we don't go make you walla like the pigs that you all are. Can you know when you throw water pan pig immediately go ground, go start walla. So we're going to have a light dry touch and put between labor rights.
Regarding the issue of the acting corruption prosecution director, Mr. Ranif Lawrence, his close friendship with the PNP General Secretary and potential conflict of interest, we very humbly and respectfully remind of the sage decision of former Chief Justice, that's in Britain, by the way, not here, former Chief Justice Lord Hewitt in the Queen against Sussex Justices, to which is attributed the fundamental principle of justice not only needing to be done, but to be seen to be done. In that case, even in the absence of direct evidence and or confirmation of interference, circumstances where justice did not appear to be done were fatal to a judicial decision being upheld. They said they maintain their view that the appointment to act or otherwise in the context of his publicly acknowledged close and 20-year friendship with the strenuously adversarial PNP General Secretary at minimum risks opening rulings by the commission up to unnecessary suspicion. So that's a warning coming from them. They are saying, look, if you keep Mr. Lawrence in this position, don't be surprised when we come and raise concerns about rulings that he's going to make. They also said provision of proof.
The Jamaica Labour Party, irrespective, because I didn't hear they came out and accused Mr. Panton of having a personal relationship with a particular PNP or so on and so forth. But the entire IC, except for Kamika Prince, is PNP, has gone to the JLP. Because this is why it's on the thumbnail. Jamaica is PNP country. It's not that I'm saying Jamaica is PNP country. Neither is it. It's not a PNP country. But the way our Andrew Holness and him cronies are going on, it really tells you that if you don't agree with this Prime Minister, then automatically all of us becomes member of the People's National Party, whether we are individuals or we are institution even created by this very own Andrew Michael Holness. The older we turn P, as long as we not agree with Andrew corruption, we are PNP. Well, if I saw me a PNP, Me will take the little brush because I'm not afraid to walk and take blame for things we don't know about.
In advance has never been the acceptable standard applied to the commencement of an investigation by a body such as the Integrity Commission, where an inquiry is made regarding damning allegations in the public space. But one of the things that the new chair did is remind them very, very clearly that the Integrity Commission does not work at the behest of politicians, because in her letter she had said, at the same time, I know I need not remind you of Section 6 of the Integrity Commission Act, which states in part, in the exercise of its powers and performance of its functions under this Act, the Commission shall not be subject to the direction or control of any other person or authority other than the court by way of judicial review. So what she's doing here is reminding the politicians, you can't tell what to do. But in saying right after, nonetheless, I hasten to add that I remain committed to open communication where the Integrity Commission is concerned, insofar as the Integrity Commission Act allows. Actions of the Integrity Commission which cause you or the general public concern will receive urgent attention, provided that the Commission is given cogent and unequivocal information on which it can reply. I look forward to the Commission working together with the members of the Houses of Parliament in accordance with the laws of natural justice, and above all, in strict compliance with the Integrity Commission Act as promulgated by your good selves. Our goal is the same, a corruption-free Jamaica. So she's saying we will listen, we'll respond, we have the same goal, but still the undeniable warning is there. We answer to you, right? She seems to be pulling in here the Integrity Commission Act and the secrecy provisions, but I don't see how that affects the concern about a potential conflict of interest in terms of an appointment to a position at the Commission. I don't see the relevance there. The big question right now is what's going to be the relationship between the new chair of the Integrity Commission and the Commission itself and the JLP parliamentarians. Are we going to be seeing the kind of tension and even hostility that we saw in the last part of the tenure of the former Chair Justice Seymour Panton? And we know all of that started when the Commission was refusing to certify the statutory declarations of Prime Minister Andrew Holness. So the first interactions between them, extreme courtesy on both sides, is that going to last? Or are we going to start to see tension and hostility developing? And at some point, could members of the public say, hold on, maybe it's not the Commission is the problem, maybe it's you. What do you think? Want your thoughts as always? Drop them below.
Well, that's perfectly so, Dion. Many of us already knows the Commission is not the problem. The Jamaica Labour Party and the Andrew Holness-led government is really the problem. They are the one who want to steal free range in our country, and all of us are in opposition to Andrew stealing and dictatorship, to the point where even in the Jamaica Labour Party, it is all going down. That's why I cannot stand Wayne Lonesome. Him only talk about the JLP wrongdoing, and I don't like the bias. Well, I'm sure my platform is not based and biased and has not operated unbiased, because I'm not a PNP. I'm not a JLP. I'm neither of them. I do not approve of any of them, how they have taken
remember,
our
keep it.
country. Given that we have only two political parties, I approve Mark Golding as change of leadership. Don't mean that I am confident that we will have much better than we have now. Many of us had hopes for Andrew. Andrew is young, he's of our generation, the blue, the blah. Look at what we're going through now. My platform will never be used for political narrative. Of course, if people want to be political vloggers, free to do so. I think everybody ought to be aware that I'm a social justice vlogger, which is quite much different from a You notice I don't play political campaign messages on my platform because that's not what my platform is about. I don't want to play JLP message on here. I don't want to play PNP message on here. If you see me playing it, or if you see me post it on TikTok, I'm doing it for the fun of it, or I'm doing it to make a point. It's not that I'm promoting them, because other than Mark Golden education policy, I don't see much more of them to promote, and I'll be sitting down waiting in the dark, like literally waiting in the dark, and Mark Golden to see if when them come in, them are going to tell we say, oh, we can't do Garveyism, or we can't do Tingidaism, because government regularly promises stuff. But because them don't explain to we, said this is just the life for me get on if you vote for me. But actually, when we get in there, the easy jerk, wagwan bro, when we get in there, is really we and the IMF and the World Bank will come together and decide on the policies we go forward with. And in that, sometime necessarily, what they tell you never and will ever get implemented. These are some of the problems that Andrew is facing. They're just not honest with us. Because if the World Bank are going to lend you money, the World Bank not interested in a prosperity for poor people. They're just not. So, my job is to make sure, take government, politicians, and public officials to task. If them think me I tell lie upon them, sue me. If them feel embarrassed, them go make a complaint to the police under the Cybercrime Act. But that no means me I go shut up. Because I know Jamaica wanna do it, the truth be told. Even in England, yes, so the same old case Starmer sitting on Lord Ali's dick for a dash. They're arresting people for Facebook posts as well. They're branding us as using journalism as terrorism. You know how much people them arrest and brand terrorism because you just broadcast ordinary the truth and the Palestine issue. But if the Israeli them say the West will clamp you down, the West will go clamp you down. Do you understand the Cybercrime Act with the what the Israeli software where them I use at Jamaica, the Pegasus software? Jamaica people, we cannot allow governments to shut us down in order to carry out crime against us and prevent us from criticizing them. Me not join them something there. When you're on the road, yeah, you have to prepare for that prison or dead. It's just how it is. Who never say take up this is why I not do political blogging. Political blogging is nothing serious. Political vlogging is just about how you feel and about your political party. But when you fight for poor people's right, when you fight against injustice, be prepared to die. It's just simple. Who never said do it and them don't kill them or send them to prison or destroy them in some way, shape, or form? So me not have time to use my life put at risk to play political games. I don't have the time. Like literally, before that, we will go do a cleaning job. I will go and do a cleaning job. Because as I say, especially when you're in England, you so, and you do cleaning job, nobody no look upon you. You're the lowest of the earth. Everybody walk over you, everybody tap over you, everybody jump over you. Be like that. Me like that. Hold on there. You send me a video, look who I beat and teach. Hold on.
Wrist, torn clothes. A 15-year-old boy not now limping. It may look like the aftermath of an animal attack, but there were no claws, no fangs. It was instead an encounter with police as he walked home from school. He says he was walking with 3 female classmates when a police vehicle pulled up. They asked to search him. He agreed. Nothing was found. But what came next is believed to have been a result of a comment the teen admits he made. He doesn't like the police. He claims he was ordered to go into the vehicle and was told he'd be arrested for using indecent language, an order he resisted for this reason.
I know what they're going to do to me if I go down there by myself.
Crazy that you were scared.
Exactly, because...
Hold on, the man peeps. May I go work in getting it? Hold on. May I go work in getting it into the studio. May I have to screen record it because this video I cannot download it. Bear with me because I need on to see. I need on to see this. Hold on.
I'm going to say, me,
a 15-year-old in a wrist, torn clothes, a 15-year-old boy now limping. It may look like the aftermath of an animal attack, but there were no claws, no fangs. It was instead an encounter with the police as he walked home from school. He says he was walking with 3 female classmates when a police vehicle pulled up. They asked to search him. He agreed. Nothing was found. But what came next is believed to have been a result of a comment the teen admits he made. He doesn't like the police. He claims he was ordered to go into the vehicle and was told he'd be arrested for using indecent language, an order he resisted for this reason.
I know what they're going to do to me.
Oops.
If I go down there by myself.
Crazy that you were scared.
Exactly, because them are going to say, me, try to one stay and do one bag of things. So, like, them did say me I threatened them. I wasn't threatening anyone. I was just telling them, I will call people and make them know what I do.
And when he resisted, the 2 officers reportedly grabbed him. One allegedly used the baton, striking him on the wrist and at his side. His mother had just gotten home from work when she got a panicked call. She rushed to where he was, but by then, the officers had already left. She then went to the Glengoff police station, where she confronted one of the officers involved. She says she was told her son was being arrested for what? And they brought on to all of that. Like seriously? She's demanding justice, and she says the police also refused to take a statement about the incident.
It's not a big man, he's a 15-year-old. If you hold on to him, I expect you to call my phone and say, Mother, I have your son at the station or something because he do something. I expect you to do me pick me so. I may ask you to carry him go to the hospital. I would have tell me so I'm not doing it. And then them doing so. And I mean, I left him so at home. I don't send him so at school. I mean, I reach out to police officers and nobody taking no statement. They have me like an idiot up and down.
On Sunday, she told CVM News she has since filed a report at the Inspectorate and Professional Standards Oversight Bureau, IPROB, who confirmed it would investigate the matter. CVM News has made multiple attempts to contact the police. An wrist, torn clothes, a 15-year-old.
Give me a chance, my peeps. TikTok, I will post this on the channel shortly, but I'm just going to work on uploading it quickly into the YouTube studio because we want the world to see, say, I know just blood clot and pussy clot are bad word. Even if you say you don't like police, it can be a bad word too. So, me want to know see out on the eye. Jamaicans, when we talk about injustice, we want to turn it into politics. Some are on the PNP and some are on the labor rights. When we talk about injustice, we don't want to turn it into politics. But we not depend on that. Me not depend that. I don't know why people don't watch my platform. Because I have not taken a side. I have not taken a side. The few PNP will catch up over here just because me beat Andrew Holness and tell him the truth. But I don't like when me tell Mark Golden and PNP the truth. It's just the truth. And Jamaica now will go forward if we don't break out of them something there. We create our own danger and we protect our own danger. Me not join on no. Me not join on no. You see anyone who want me to join on no? Wanna pay me for vlog the story them want me for vlog. I'm willing to do that. Let me tell you now, plain and straight. Yes, sir. If you want me to vlog a certain story, pay me to vlog it. But when me wake up and when me see in the social space and in the news and what in my head, and then me come out come talk about. Me now go talk about how great hold on there. How great Mark Golden is. How great PJ was. How great Portia was. How great Andrew is. How great Siaga. Me not depend them something there. Me not depend it. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to go look for political vloggers. There's a lot of political vloggers who vlog for labor rights and PNP. Me vlog for Jamaica. And if you don't like it, tough. You just have to find the PNP and the labor rights vloggers them. But please, nobody try don't change me because I can't tame. Me a wild animal. Murder. Me a wild animal. Me can't tame. Me can't tame, so don't expect me to play that game. That's why from me a picking me faced it. That's why my mother beat me, kill me how much time all over and over, and it don't change me because me tough-headed like that. Anybody can tell you me probably get the most beaten from my mother. Cause my mouth. Murder. Anyway, this must reach in a studio. By now, TikTok, I have uploaded it on the platform for you. Bear with us. Let me see if we have it in studio for YouTube. And you can donate to the program as well, although me a customer. The PayPal and Zelle is pinned in the top of the chat. So, yeah, you will give me something and me still cost you because now gonna make because you give me something, you take liberty and me know me will still take you and cost you. Just for me stay. Oh, what is wrong with this video? It's not coming in. Well, under my peeps, we need to delete out something. My thingy is too full murder. I forget in that video your phone. Wanna give me a chance there. Because it's important that we get this up on screen this morning. It is important we get this up on screen this morning because when we're telling you how fast we are becoming a police state, on don't believe we. But police abuse in our country is only going to get worse, because the people are in so much fear that they're even willing to protest against state abuse. My people, if we don't protect ourselves from the state, they will abuse us. It is what a state always does. This thing not coming in my studio at all. I don't know why this morning. Can I put it in another? Bear with me there, my people. Let me try if I can put it in another folder. Try this one. Let me just try to see if I put it in another. I need to get this video up on screen before I finish this morning. More than finish already, but give me a chance to make me see if it plays game with me. Then we have to solve him for tonight. But it's posted to the TikTok page already. Hold on. Is this it? Hold on, my peeps. I'm just working on this thing. We come in now go this morning unless me bring up this video in studio. Just see it, yeah. Thank God. Bear with me, please. Bear with.
A 15-year-old wrist, torn clothes, a 15-year-old boy now limping. It may look like the aftermath of an animal attack, but there were no claws, no fangs. It was instead an encounter with the police as he walked home from school. He says he was walking with 3 female classmates when a police vehicle pulled up. They asked to search him. He agreed. Nothing was found. But what came next is believed to have been a result of a comment the teen admits he made. He doesn't like the police. He claims he was ordered to go into the vehicle and was told he'd be arrested for using indecent language, an order he resisted for this reason.
God know what they're going to do to me if I go down there by myself.
So is it that you were scared?
Exactly, because them are going to say me try for you want to stay and do one bag of things, so like them did say me I threatened them. I wasn't threatening anyone, I was just telling them I will call people and make them know what I do.
And when he resisted, the 2 officers reportedly grabbed him. One allegedly used the baton, striking him on the wrist and at his side. His mother had just gotten home from work when she got a panicked call. She rushed to where he was, but by then, the officers had already left. She then went to the Glengoff police station, where she confronted one of the officers involved. She says she was told her son was being arrested for what?
The officer assaulted the young man and left him on the roadside. Talking Man TV, welcome. The officer assaulted this child and them never even said him I came to hospital. Them leave him a roadside. Jamaica people, this living in fear will not take you out of bondage. Living in fear will not take you out of bondage.
On the ground and do all of that. Like seriously?
She's demanding justice, as she says the police also refused to take a statement about the incident.
It's not a big man, he's a 15-year-old. If you hold on to him, I expect you to call my phone and say, Mother, I have your son at the station or something because him do something. I expect you to do me pick me so. And I ask you to carry him go to the hospital. I would have tell me so I'm not doing it. And then them do him so. And I left him so at home. I send him so at school. And I reach out to police officers and nobody taking no statement. Them have me like a idiot up and down.
On Sunday, she told CVM News she has since filed a report at the Inspectorate and Professional Standards Oversight Bureau, IPROBE, who confirmed it would investigate the matter. CVM News has made multiple attempts to contact the police and arrest.
Yes, the police assaulted him and leave him on the roadside. Yes, it happened in Jamaica. Yes, it was done by the Jamaica Constabulary Force. The same Jamaica Constabulary Force who have been told shoot to kill, judge or maker, jeep back or checha. Yes, those same Jamaica police. Thank you for being here this morning on the Global Television Group. Lovely to have your support as always. Join us back this evening for the people's point of view. And yes, this is the Center for Social Justice. Thank you. Good morning and good afternoon from the Global Television Group.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not press the floor. Make up what I seen to make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. Big man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Big man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead can sell out Rasta and sell out. I sell out Babylon. Yes, stop on the Friday. You might throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing. You might throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black big man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.